Hi there. Today I was meeting with a client and he said that there's a particular employee that actually a handful of employees, he's a assistant to a team, and there's a handful of employees that say a pretty common statement, which is, well, I didn't know that. And it's interesting because he gets really reactive to it. And he said, I get so frustrated because I've given him the information. I thought I provided it. I gave him access to it. I sent it already. And what he wants to scream from the top of the mountain is, I already gave this to you. And the tone of the statement, well, I didn't know that, is as if it's his fault for them not having this information. So there's a couple things happening here. And, ultimately, as leaders, the goal for us, and I think of this in terms of my kids too, is that my goal is to be able to show up to them in conversations in a calm, cool, collected way and with curiosity rather than defensiveness or being closed down or, being withdrawn. So the so so there's what it comes down to in my mind is really about accountability or responsibility. Taking responsibility, I suppose, is more so. And I know for my kids, as a leader in our family, in my dynamic with my kids, I know that if I say, they come up and they say, where are my black pants? And I say, well, were they in the laundry? If they were in the laundry this week, then they're clean. But if not, then they're probably in your room. And they get really frustrated and reactive to me about it if it's not cleaned. And then on a rough day, on a tired day, on a hungry moment, a hangry moment, I might react and say, I told you we do laundry. I'm trying to get in the habit of doing it one day a week and blah, blah, blah. And I can just go off the handle. And I'm really reactive. And there's an author, there's a book called The 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership. And the first commitment is taking full 100% responsibility. And what I want to do as a parent and as a leader is I want my kids to learn to take responsibility. I want them to own their choices so that they have the strength and the power to create the kind of life that they want to create for themselves. So if I say, well, I already told you, how many times do I have to tell you? And if I go off the handle, then I'm not coaching them. I'm reacting and I'm just joining them in the fight and the rub, in the conflict, in the collision. And so what my desire is to respond to them. But the other thing that this book is really based on too, that they talk about, which is so true, is that we have this instinct protective measure in our brain. We're trying to protect ourselves. And it's our ego that we want to say, okay, I'm trying to prove that I'm right. And if I'm not right, and if I'm not showing that I'm right, then I won't survive. Then I could die. Like, it's as important as survival. And yet, that is not where brave, strong leadership lives. And it's not where relationship and rapport happens. And it's not where motivation and inspiration and coaching happens. So I think about it with my kids, and truly what I want to do is I want to give them opportunities to become aware of the choices that they make, and do it in a way that isn't me angry and pissed that, that I'm right, that I warned you, I told you, I already called you up, I tell you on Thursday nights when it's time to bring up your laundry, all those things, because all they're going to do is they're going to get closed and defensive, and then they're going to be committed to being right. So then it just becomes a battle. So what I what I'm practicing is I'm practicing noticing when I am closed or defensive or committed to being right. And when I do notice that, I am pausing and I'm saying to myself, how interesting. I'm being curious about it, because if I react, then I'm not helping the situation and I'm not showing up as a leader, as someone that wants to help influence the situation. Um, so, so instead, I will calm myself and have a little bit of a bird's eye view, like coming from more of like, oh, interesting, how interesting that is, instead of reacting. And I'm noticing too that there'll be times when I'll think, um, well, why am I doing that? Why am I reacting? Where is this coming from? And I can start to spin into, excuse me, the reasoning behind it and the thinking it and the overthinking it. And truly, that doesn't help either, because a lot of energy is spent there. And so that's why I'm practicing the curiosity. And when I notice either I am triggered or I notice that I'm spinning on the fact that I'm triggered, both times I'll just take a breath and say, how interesting. And just in that moment, it helps me let go a little bit. It helps me to be more present and to show up as the kind of parent that I want to be, with understanding and compassion and openness, so that they can trust me and we can stay connected. And this is more and more important as my kids get older. I'm realizing how important it is, as I'm now having 2 teenagers. So, yeah, my goal is open communication and and relationship with them. And I think the same is the truth for leaders and businesses. My client today really wants to be a strong leader for this team, wants to be an effective leader, and finds himself just automatically so triggered. Um, he just desperately wants everyone to take responsibility, like no more blaming, no more pointing. And yet that is a completely neutral sentence. Well, I didn't know. And it could be in a different tone. It could be well, oh, I didn't know, or well, I didn't know. And you can get the inflection totally tells a different story. So and the reality is that these employees and these teenagers, they're responsible for, and they show up the way they're going to show up. I am the only one that I can truly be responsible for. So if I want to change the dynamic, then I need to change the way I react or respond. That's the truth. And if and when I'm committed to creating something positive with other people, then I need to begin to become aware of when I am digging my heels in. And it's hard. It's hard because it is a protective measure. That lizard brain is still wanting to keep me safe, and it doesn't know the difference between the you know the saber-toothed tiger and a person that is judging or criticizing or blaming. It doesn't know the difference. And that's why our rational brain, the mammalia, the mammal brain, that's when that needs to kick in. Now, we've had that brain a lot less than we've had this reptilian brain. And so we're still evolving. And in this evolving process, thank goodness we've been given this gift, this ability to become aware, and that helps us evolve. So it's a powerful place to be able to say, there I am again. Okay. And in that, again, I say is in that process, by noticing, it can often help dissipate and it can help calm us down. And then there's the power of the breath. And the breath brings us back to ourselves and our bodies and in the moment. That's that is such an important tool that I've been practicing too, of taking a deep breath and just becoming present and being honest with myself. So noticing and being honest with myself. Let's see. Okay. So that's really what I wanted to share tonight. I'm really in the process of getting clearer and clearer about what it is that I really am meant to bring to the business world and to local businesses and to national businesses, and how I can truly help employees and their leaders really connect and be collaborative and be innovative and to build the trust that's needed in order to do that, in order to be their best, not only for the bottom line, but so that people can enjoy their work and they can enjoy their connections with each other. I spent so many years not enjoying my work and not feeling trust and connected, and really trusting my teammates and trusting leaders. So I've studied this, and I really want to help leaders and employees be their best. So that's what this is about. It's about brave leadership. It's about self-awareness and being committed to growing and being our best. So that's my message for tonight. Let's see. I will be posting in the future, and I see there's 2 comments. If I can bear with me. I lost there we go. How do I get to the comments? Okay, good. Chris is there, and Vicky, and Allison, Deidre, Molly, a whole bunch of you guys. Yeah, own my choices 100%. Modeling is so powerful. That is so true. Renanda, it is so true. I think that more than anything we can model. But again, with compassion, knowing that I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. And we're on a journey of learning. This is a journey of learning. So that's it for tonight. And new comment. Let's see. All right. See, this is a learning opportunity. This is definitely a learning curve for me, of this idea of tracking who all is present and comments and sharing a message. So, yep. Oh, and there's the shower. So it's getting loud. Okay. Well, have a good night, and until the next message, may you be strong as the leader that you truly are in all areas of your life. Thanks. Bye.